बाबर का बेटा हुमायूं, हुमायूं का अकबर, अकबर।
Jai Shri Ram dosto, welcome back to Saddame, your channel for real stories that light the path to truth. This is episode 2 of our special 79th Independence series, where we uncover the unsung heroes who fought for Bharat's soul. Imagine one man facing the mightiest empire, risking everything for honor and freedom. Can he outsmart a tyrant? Will his loyalty win? Just days after Veer Durgadas Rathor's birth anniversary on August 13, we are diving into his epic tale. Stay glued, this is a thriller that will make your heart pound. चलिए शुरू करते हैं. It's 1678, Delhi. The Mughal Emperor Aurangzeb sits like a vulture on his throne, eyes gleaming with greed. Maharaja Jaswant Singh of Marwar has just died in far-off Afghanistan, leaving no heir. Also Aurangzeb thinks. But wait, 2 queens are pregnant. Soon after the death of Maharaja Jaswant Singh, his 2 queens gave birth to a male child each. One son died soon after his birth. The other son was Ajit Singh, who is all that stands between Aurangzeb and Marwar's throne. Aurangzeb smells weakness. He wants to grab Jodhpur, raise Ajit as a Mughal and rule forever. But these are treacherous times, dosto. Traitors lurk everywhere. Some Rajput chiefs, greedy for power, are ready to join the Mughals and sell out Marwar. No one can be trusted. Aurangzeb, with those disloyal Rajput chiefs, strikes first. He annexes Jodhpur, grabs the tiny baby prince Ajit Singh and locks him up in Nurgarh, Delhi, planning to raise him as a Mughal and steal Marwar forever. The kingdom is in chaos. Loyal Rajputs whisper in the dark, "Who will save us?" Suddenly, a shadow moves. It's Veer Durgadas Rathor, a brave Rajput chieftain. No cape, just a sword and a heart of steel. He's not just brave, he's a mastermind. Durgadas sets up secret spy networks like a detective in a Bollywood thriller. His men eavesdrop in markets, hide in forts, and watch every move. Locals, Mughals, traitors. His counter spies trick the enemy, feeding them lies. Durga Das is always one step ahead, his mind sharper than any blade. Durga Das doesn't wait. He gathers his toughest men. He teams up with Thakur Mokham Singh of Balunda, a small Marwar Riyasat, and Jadavji, a fearless Charan poet warrior, and less than 300 warriors ready to die. Not on my watch, he vows. The air is thick with tension. What happens next? The game's on. Can Durga Das save the prince? A rescue straight out of a masala movie. Their plan? Jarauji disguises himself as a snake charmer, basket in hand, flute playing. He struts into the Mughal palace. Guards don't suspect a thing. Inside, he finds little Ajit Singh held prisoner in a room. Quick as a flash, Jarauji hides the baby in his basket, covered with cloth, safe. But as they slip out, a guard shouts, "Stop!" The alarm rings. Chaos. Durga Das, Thakur Mokham Singh, Jadauji, and 300 warriors fight through Delhi's streets. Muskets blast, swords clash, khan khan khan. Mughal soldiers swarm, thousands strong. 10-15 brave Rajputs stay back, battling to slow the enemy. Each group falls, sacrificing themselves so Durga Das can escape with Ajit. Arrows fly, dust rises. Only Durga Das, Thakur Mokham Singh, Jadauji, and 7 horsemen make it out alive. They gallop into the night, hiding the prince in Balunda village with a loyal woman who guards him like her own. Then they vanish into the Aravali hills near Abu Siroi. Aurangzeb is furious. He sends 1,70,000 cavalry led by his sons Akbar, Azam, and Muazzam. But Durga Das? He's a ghost in the desert. For 28 years, that is, from 1679 to 1707, Durga Das turns Marwar into a battlefield. He leads guerrilla attacks, hitting Mughal camps at dawn, vanishing by noon. His force grows. 30,000 Rathod warriors join him, baking bread on spears, living off courage. Aurangzeb spends double Shah Jahan's budget, loses thousands of men. Durga Das demands chot tax from Mughal officers. Pay or face his wrath. Kids, imagine fighting an empire with just your wits. Youths, this is your role model. Never surrender for Bharat. Then there was a twist. 1681, Aurangzeb's own son, Prince Akbar, rebels against his father. Now this Prince Akbar is not that Akbar. I mean, Akbar the Great. It's different. According to some sources, Durga Das played a hand in planting the seeds of rebellion in Prince Akbar. Durga Das then joins him, bringing 30,000 Rathods to Akbar's 70,000 Mughal troops. Together, they shake Aurangzeb's empire. Durga Das escorts Akbar to safety under the refuge of Maratha king Chhatrapati Sambhaji Maharaj. Chhatrapati Sambhaji Maharaj welcomed Akbar and offered him protection from 1681 to 1686. To avoid the Maratha and Rajput threats, Aurangzeb personally led his entire court and army to the Deccan. He spent the last 26 years of his life there, never returning to North India. The wars bleed his empire dry. Historians say it cost enormous sums and thousands of lives. Legend also says that Muhammad Akbar prayed for his father's early death to claim the throne. Aurangzeb allegedly snapped back. Let's see who dies first. Prince Akbar died in Mashhad in 1706, a year before Aurangzeb. But Durga Das's honor shines brighter. In September 1686, when Akbar went into exile in Safavid Persia, that is today's Iran, his daughter Safiyat-un-Nisa and son Buland Akhtar are left with Durga Das. From 1681 to 1694, he protects them like family, even arranging Islamic education for the girl. Aurangzeb begs for them back. Durgadas agrees on his terms. Safiyat-un-Nisa was returned in 1696 and Buland Akhtar was returned in 1698. The emperor asks Safiyat-un-Nisa, "Saifu, how does that mouse look?" She replies, "He's a lion, Babosa. His voice alone scares everyone." Buland Akhtar shocked Aurangzeb by speaking fluent Rajasthani. Aurangzeb, stunned, offered Durgadas high ranks. But Durgadas says, "Only for Ajit Singh." 1707. Aurangzeb dies. The Mughal Empire crumbles. Durgadas seizes the chance. With Ajit Singh now grown, they storm Jodhpur. In just 9 days, March 12, 1707, they kick out the Mughals. Victory! Ajit is crowned Maharaja. Temples destroyed by Aurangzeb are rebuilt. But here's the heartbreak. Ajit, the prince Durgadas saved, grows jealous of his fame. He insults him.
बाबोसा, आप मारे हामी मती बैठिया करो. आपने देखू तो मने विखारा दिन याद आवे.
Even plots to kill him. But Durgadas, sharp as ever, smells the betrayal. His spy network buzzes. Nobody fools this desert lion. The day the plot is set, he walks into Jodhpur's darbar, bold as a storm. "Maharaj," he says aloud, "I won piles of gold fighting in South Bharat. I'm old now, ready to retire. Let me gift it all to you." The court gasps. Ajit's eyes widen with greed. He signals his men to hold off the attack. A meeting is fixed on Jodhpur's outskirts. But here's the twist. Durgadas isn't alone. He hides 500 loyal horsemen in ambush, ready to strike. As Ajit arrives, they surround him. Swords out, horses snorting. Durgadas steps forward, voice like thunder.
ઉંદરા, તું મને મારેલા? હું તુર્કોરે હાથની આયો, તું મને મારેલા? અગર થારા બાપને વચન ની દિયો વેતો, તો અબાર થારો માથો વાર દેતો. થાને સોનો ચાવે? આઉ જોધપુર રો રાજ દિયો ની થાને. હવે આગો જા.
Ajit freezes, shamed. Durgadas, at 70, chooses honor over revenge. He rides off into exile, lives as an ascetic in Ujjain, and dies at 81 on November 22nd, 1718. दोस्तों, वीर दुर्गादास राठौर, historian. Jadunath Sarkar called him a soul of honor. Mughal gold couldn't seduce, arms couldn't daunt. Colonel James Todd named him Ulysses of the Rathors. A Rajput prayer begs, "O mother, give a son like Durgadas." Youngsters, these are your idols, not Akbar the Great. Fight for Bharat's honor like Durgadas. For our 79th independence, let's make his story viral. Like, share, comment your thoughts and subscribe to Sadgamaya for episode 3. Jai Hind.